Hello, and welcome to this first webinar offered by the Community Radio Fund of Canada. My name is Marie-Ève Laramé-Gauvreau, and I'm the Program Director at the CRFC. I'm here with Camille Noël, your Program Officer, and your point of contact if you have any questions regarding our programs. We are offering a series of 3 webinars to help you write your funding application and meet the expectations of the CRFC. This first webinar will help you define the goals of your project and develop some measurable results, an important aspect of your funding application. The other 2 online courses will focus on your project's timeline and budget. These 3 webinars are not time-consuming. We also invite you to watch the 1-hour training we offered last year if you haven't done so already. Before starting, I would like to point out the changes that we've made to the application form. By popular demand, we've removed a few questions because several stations told us that they found the form too long. You'll also see that there is a word limit for each question. This is a maximum number of words, and it's highly recommended to stay well below this figure. Changes to the timeline and budget have also been made, but we will address these in the next 2 webinars. So I now give the floor to Camille, who will give you more information on how to formulate great goals and measurable results you would like to achieve.
First, what is a goal? A goal is a statement of what you want to achieve by doing certain activities. It's a projection in the future. It allows to know the desired situation at the end of your project. Setting goals present many advantages. First, it allows you to have the big picture of your project. It's an overview of the work you intend to accomplish. It allows you to know exactly what you need to do and why. It provides a common understanding between you, your project team, and the CRFC. It's also useful to plan the work you have to do, and it's going to be useful in order to design your timeline and your budget. Here are a few questions you can ask yourself in order to identify the goals you want to set for your project. So what do you want to accomplish? Is there a specific thing you want to achieve? What are the problems or the issues you wish to solve with your project? Is there something you wish to change in your community or at your station? Goals are rather general, and they can be declined in more specific measurable results. Those measurable results are also called performance indicators. They will help you measure the performance of your project. All measurable results can be tracked visually using a dashboard. What is a dashboard? It's like the dashboard of your car that tracks different indicators like the speed at which you ride, the fuel level in your car, the number of kilometers traveled since you bought the car, the temperature inside or outside the vehicle. These indicators are used for decision making and to know if an intervention is required on your part. For example, do you have to go to the garage for maintenance or an oil change? The measurement of these indicators allows to see the impact of the project at the same way that the number of kilometers on the odometer will be a good indicator to know if you need to replace your car. Well-written measurable results are specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound. Specific. What it means is that they have to be simple to understand and clear. Opt for a positive statement. Measurable. It must be easy to understand what needs to be measured. Avoid vague formulation like as much as possible or doubling the number of something, because doubling 2 or doubling 50 requires different effort. Attainable. It has to be large enough to be a challenge, but still achievable given the resources available. realistic, meaning it has to be ambitious to motivate people, but not to discourage anyone with the workload that is too important. Time-bound means that you have to define a deadline. This date can be the end of your project. It can also be over a certain period of your project. You can set milestone, and again, avoid vague formulation like as quickly as possible. We invite you to use an action verb like plan, test, solve, record, collect, or organize. Here are some examples of well-formulated measurable results. For example, eat 2 vegetarian meals a week throughout the month of February for a total of 8 vegetarian meals. Here you have the verb of action eat, you have the measurable aspect, and you have the time frame also for that, the month of February. The second example, use a reusable cup to bring coffee at work at least 4 days a week and reduce the number of cups by at least 208 a year. Here you have the minimum, that is at least 4 days a week, but it does not prevent you from doing it 5 times a week. Next example, take a 30-minute walk 3 days a week for 3 months, covering the period from January 1st to March 31st. Here again, you have the duration for your walk, 30 minutes. And also, you have the time period, 3 months, and you designated the months January to March. And for the last 2 examples, you also have measurable results, 2 books, the number of steps, and you have the verbs of action, walking and reading.
Thank you, Camille, for these explanations, and I'm looking forward to seeing your final report at the end of the year regarding your resolutions. Before ending this webinar, here's a summary of the information we've provided to you. The goals of your project must be directly related to the program results you've selected from the 3 that are proposed to you. You don't have to quantify the goals of your project. Goals must be broader than measurable results, but the result of the program you've selected must be broader than your project's goals. It's better to have less measurable results, but ones that are relevant to your project. You must quantify the measurable results you wish to achieve. This is, of course, an estimate, but this estimate is part of the planning process of your project. Think about how you can measure your results. If you think you will not be able to measure the results or do not have the tools to measure them, then it's probably better to formulate other measurable results. Each stated goal can be broken down into several measurable results. It should be possible to relate each measurable results to at least one goal of your project. Goals and measurable results should not be the same. If you want to know if you're on the right track, I invite you to contact us. On the screen, you can see Camille's email address, so don't hesitate to email or give her a phone call. I also invite you to visit our brand new website. Several reference documents are put under the resource section. The links to our webinars are also there. So thank you for attending this first training session, and we look forward to reading your funding application.